Left-wing policies kill jobs dead. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. As I look across the country and all the left-wing economic policies being implemented by the federal and various provincial governments, I'm really reminded of that old Raid commercial. You know, you spray the can and it kills bugs dead. Sure, the Canadian economy looks like it's going along pretty well right now. According to the IMF, our growth expectations should rise from 1.9% increase in GDP this year to 2.5%. That's great growth. And then you look at some of the other problems that are coming on the horizon: a hike in taxes, payroll taxes, fees, regulatory charges, carbon taxes, the change in government, and the expected change in policies in British Columbia. It's already claimed a couple of victims. You've heard about Petronas by now. This is the outfit that wanted to build the massive $36 billion LNG project that would make British Columbia a leader in this field. They've canceled that project. Thousands of jobs just vanished, whether it be in constructing the actual project or running it. Never mind the people extracting the natural resource from the ground, something that British Columbia, under the NDP and Green Coalition, isn't quite so interested in doing, at least not unless it costs more, which means fewer jobs. By the way, in the middle of all that, you might have missed that some mining operations have also decided they're going to shut down in BC. Yes, like Petronas, there are other underlying factors, but the incoming BC government is part of it. Outside of BC, we've got Alberta and Ontario increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour rather quickly. Loblaws, one company alone, but a major company, a major employer, said that move will cost them $190 million in 2018. What can you expect? Well, higher prices for groceries, something that will hurt the working poor, the lower end of the middle class and those working hard to join it that Justin Trudeau's always on about. It'll hurt them the most because they're most price-conscious consumers going, and their grocery prices are going to go up, even if they still have a job, because the fact is, Loblaws is also looking at ways to cut costs. How many more of those self-checkouts are we going to see? My local grocery store, it's actually one person for about 8 registers. So what used to take 8 people, they can now just have one cashier there to accommodate anybody that has trouble with one of the 8 self-checkouts. So 7 jobs gone. Like I said, leftist economic policies kill jobs dead. But you can show them that this is what's going to happen. You can show them with proof, and it doesn't seem to matter. To them, it's about fairness. Businesses should pay more. Well, that will mean fewer hours, fewer jobs. It doesn't matter. Businesses should pay more. I've actually had people argue with me that it's for the greater good. Some people might lose their jobs, but it's for the greater good. Seattle moved to this $15 an hour minimum wage. Their city council decided it was the fair and just thing to do. Then they commissioned a study on the impact, and they found that the average low-income worker lost $125 in income from this move. That's right. Their hourly wage went up, and they had less money at the end of the month than they did under the old system. Talk about backwards economics, but they're still committed to it. They still think it's the right thing to do, even though it hurts the very people they say they're trying to help. Let's look at the facts in Ontario. Who actually makes the minimum wage? Well, 63%. According to StatsCan, they did a profile of 1997 versus 2013. 63% were under the age of 24. More than 50%, almost a full 51%, were between the ages of 15 and 19. So we're talking about students. This is not the single mom is not the profile of those earning the minimum wage. Sure, you can find them, but it's a very small percentage. This is not going to help. Meanwhile, you've got the Canadian Chamber of Commerce writing to the Prime Minister and all the premiers across the country saying that all of these collection of policies enacted at all levels of government are going to, and I quote, suffocate business. Suffocate. So we've got a great growth projection going forward, but the people that actually run the businesses are saying governments are suffocating us. The increase in the minimum wage, the increase in EI premiums, the increase in CPP premiums, the carbon tax, all of it. And what's their answer? So far, nothing. Ontario's Premier Kathleen Wynne has said that she'll help small businesses, not the Chamber of Commerce style businesses, but she's going to help small businesses find a way to alleviate the cost increase of putting up the minimum wage. Here's an idea. maybe if government wasn't on everybody's back so much, maybe if the compliance costs, the taxes, the regulatory hurdles weren't so high, they'd be able to afford to pay people more without government forcing it. Then you wouldn't have to subsidize that. I mean, think about it. They're going to kill jobs. They're going to reduce hours by forcing a minimum wage up. They're going to put small businesses under pressure. Some will actually have to fold. And the Premier says, well, we're still going to do this policy, but we're going to subsidize you. What kind of backwards economic world are we living in? It's time that we started cleaning house. They won't listen to reason. They won't listen to fact. We have to have a march across the country to take back provincial legislatures into areas of sanity. At least we've got Manitoba and Saskatchewan right now, but the rest of them, they're all red or orange, and that has to change. We don't have a chance to fix Justin Trudeau until 2019, but I tell you, at the provincial level, these policies that are killing off jobs have got to change, and that starts with throwing the bums out at the next available opportunity. If you like the Rebel video you just watched, make sure you never miss another one. Again, click here to subscribe.